Hello. My daughter got a message to parents around the world, so just listen to her and hear what she got to say. She just 12 years old, so she got a message for all parents around the world. So listen to her, whatever the Lord got her to say. Just listen to her. Come to the room.
I would like to say, or rather, I would like to talk to you parents, well, around the world, I suppose. I would like to talk to you, or speak to you, about raising your children. I know they say that no one can truly know how to raise a child right, or so I suppose. But that's actually not true. Actually, even though I'm a child myself, I can give you some advice on raising up a child right. Well, I'll just start with this. When a mother is pregnant, the child is in her womb. And many people say that that doesn't really matter, right? But that's actually wrong. The child can hear many things from outside. The child can hear what's going on, what's the mother saying. Since a child in that time is more connected to the mother as ever. So what I'm trying to say is that the child is connected to their mother before they come out. And anything she's feeling, the child will feel. Some women at that stage, at a certain stage of the pregnancy, they like talking to their baby and expressing their feelings to the little one. And most parents don't actually do that well anymore, I suppose. And most parents probably don't pay attention to their children in their womb. If you were to pay attention to them, well, your child will feel as though you care for them, and even when they come out, they'll have a deep bond with you. And I know you may think that I'm just a weak child anyway, and I can't understand stuff, but that is true. I understand what everyone thinks that children are, but let me tell you one thing before I continue. Well, children are human beings too, and oftentimes people don't really pay attention to that, because at one point you were a child as well, so you should pay attention to them. And at that time you wish for the same thing. And the thing that all children want is love. Of course, that's what children are based on. Put all the things aside. All children are meant to be born out of love. Love, peacefulness, a caring parent. But nowadays, most children are actually born in sadness. Yeah, it's because the mother during the pregnancy isn't paying attention to her child. And during a pregnancy, you're supposed to, I know the mother is suffering great pain and things like that, but you should pay attention to your baby, because anything you do at that point will affect how the baby, grows up, or rather that. Anyway, as I was saying, moving on anyway. So when the baby comes out and starts to grow, what many parents do is they would play with their child, be around their child, and bond with them. I can tell you one thing. If you bond with your child when they're, let's say, a ever since they were born, you would have an unexplainable bond with them. It would be, well, let's just say it would be a parent and child bond. Something that can't easily be broken, well, easily. So what I'm trying to get at is, you need to bond with your child. Well, I don't know why, but most parents don't understand what bonding is. Bonding is when you spend time with your child, get to know them better, talk to them as a friend. You know, you don't always have to be so, I don't know, hold so much authority over your child. Well, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be a tough parent, and I know what they say about tough love and things like that. But sometimes you should just stop being so condemning over your child. And if they make a mistake, you should correct them. But there's a different way to correct your child. You can just softly say what you did was wrong. Instead of yelling at them, no matter what you do, yelling isn't always a thing that solves a problem. There are some parents that address situations so softly. But other parents, they just make it seem so big. Like if a child were to break a flower pot, they would yell or scream. But at the same time, when you yell or scream, as soon as you make that noise, the nerves in the child's brain is probably like, yeah, well, you could scare your own child just by doing that. It's a mere item. It's not more valuable than your child. And plus, maybe they just made a mistake. Because all people make mistakes, right? What I'm trying to get at is that you should really, think your child to be like you. I'll just say something. Man can't live on bread alone, right? So you need something more than just bread. You need vegetables, protein, or you need a balanced nutrition, a balanced plate. That's what I'm trying to say. You need more than just that. So what I'm trying to say is that everyone can't just live on bread alone. They need, what I'm trying to say is they need other people. They need friends. They need love and family. I know that this world is a very dark place, and I know that most people don't acknowledge others around them. So, as again, I'm saying that you should make your child feel like you care, because some people, they don't pay attention to their children. They would pick work or money over their own child, and there's even some parents that even abandon their child. What I'm trying to say is that children understand. They understand what's happening around them, and well, maybe for some children, the biggest fear is not being loved. If you were to not pay attention to your child, they would feel like you don't care about them. So, again, I say you have to bond with your child. If you, let's say your child is rebellious. I know that's very common for parents to say that their child doesn't listen to them, they do whatever they want. Well, it could be because you never listened to them. Let's say, let's say if you were to ask a grown person what they wanted. If someone told you that they wanted a specific thing, and you don't give it to them, then that person wouldn't be satisfied, right? So it's the same thing with children, because aren't they not human beings too? So what I'm trying to tell you all is that you should try asking your child what they want. Not just, let's just say, when last did you ever just sit by your child and, talk to them? Say, would you like something from me that I never gave you? Would you like more attention? Do you ever ask them? Most parents don't. That's what I'm trying to say. They think that they have to be a little aggressive on their child. Well, let me tell you this. When a child is young, you shouldn't be so harsh on them, because anything you do to them now, it will affect them in the future. So you should be nice or kind to your child. And if you're not kind to them and don't pay attention to them, choose work over them, or choose whatever, anything really, besides God. You have to put God over everything, I know. But still, you kind of have to, put your child over anything on this earth. You have to. Because, well, how do I put this? If you don't take the time that you have right now to do what you're supposed to do, your child might end up being rebellious in the end. Because even if your child doesn't want to be by you, you should at least tell them that you care. That's the thing that parents get wrong all the time. They think that all children need is food and clothing. But there are some poor people, or poor children, in this world. And they love their parents, and they're happy at their state, even though they're suffering, because their parents actually care for them. But there are some rich people who only spend time with their friends or comrades, and they don't pay attention to their children, and their children just wish, they could be heard. I'm not saying this just because I'm a child. I'm saying this just because I feel like I need to. And I know probably many people look down on me because I'm so young. And I understand that. I know I'm weak. So that's actually all I had to say.